Hello guys, start continuing the topic on various kinds of cloud computing architecture like Web 2.0, mashup of services, RSS feed, and its Hadoop distributed file system, then Storm, then various Google architecture, and then we'll see Eucalyptus and Ruby on Rails. First, we'll start by Web 2.0. What kind of feature it has? Web 2 based home pages, search, RSS feed, chat, sharing, personalized websites, mashups, podcasting, videocasting, YouTube. Then it also focuses on different communities and online collaboration and tagging purpose. First, we'll start discussing what is Web 2.0. So Web 2.0 is also known as participative and social web type of a version of web or participatory type of web means different community can communicate with each other through this. Then what are its feature? Like it is user generated content, and it also easy to use, participate on different cultural activities or interoperability. Then who defined and invented it? Like it was started in 1999 that there is we need to change the version of web, means from moving from web 1.0 to web 2.0, because web has been changed a lot. Thus the whole web community said that now we are living in the era of web 2.0. What is new in that web 2.0? It's social media, it's virtual communities, video presentation, blog. Then there are various kind of video watching websites like YouTube, Hotstar, and various other such versions. So first we have to understand what was there in Web 1.0. So in Web 1.0 there were HTML pages, there were some file system like file sharing like based upon FTP protocol, and then relational database system like SQL things were there. Then server side scripting was there. Then Web 1.0 also had some table format or frames for better presentation of HTML. Then GIF was there. The attractive part of Web 1.0 was marquee and blinks tag. So they were the special effect in HTML page. GIF were the one of the special effect. Then thereafter, there were some emailing system also there in HTML based forms or side scripting for communicating those email. Then new things were started in Web 2.0. So the web community moved and said that now we are in second generation of web. So what was there in second generation of web? So first of all, the most important thing it created was social networking. It given Facebook, various type of social networking like Orkut, Facebook, and Twitter, LinkedIn. So these are the social networking website, and it has also given web oriented architecture or service oriented architecture. So what is web oriented architecture or service oriented architecture? It means combining different functionality and integrating different functionality of different web services or different web owners, web provider or service provider. So integrating all these things are actually web oriented architecture or service oriented architecture. Then it has also given us very rich internet applications. What are rich internet application? Like browsers? We are having advanced browsers, so it can have multiple features and very advanced feature nowadays in browsers. So that is one of the high end development in web 2.0, rich interface applications. Then improved searching of keywords, then linking of different website, then authorizing some of the users at a particular level. Then tagging means social media has different types of tags and different searching based upon tags like entertainment or news or multimedia. So these are the different types of tags which came up. Then extension, different type of extension like PDF could be watched over browser, Flash videos could be seen, different type of databases. Then there are different type of communication through RSS feeds. Thus, we are at the stage. to move next slide like mashup. What is mashup? Mashup is basically a phenomenon for creating new service or web with the combination of presentation, data or functionality from two or more resources. So multiple resources being combined together and it creates a single service out of multiple service. Means multiple service are being combined together to be provided as a single service. What is in their multiple services? Presentation, data, functionality were there. What are the benefits of these services? And this kind of mashup. It is one of the innovative new business insight, increase agility, speed up development and reduce development costs, fast, easy integration. Widgets are readily available, reuse software, immediate benefit, less cost, rich ecosystem, then may not be original raw source data, then it provides some enriched result through some data and services. So these are all the benefits of mashup. And mashup is basically divided into multiple technologies based upon the three layers. What are the three layers? First, presentation at the front end view. What is front end view? Like HTML, XHTML, CSS, JavaScript, Ajax, different APIs. And then in the middle, there is web services, or you can also say virtualization with the help of different protocols like XML, HTTP request protocol, XML RPC protocol, JSON, RPC, remote procedure call. RPC stand for remote procedure call. SOAP and REST. SOAP is simple object access protocol, and REST is a kind of web service. Then we'll have data in the backend, how it is being stored and retrieved. So it is stored and retrieved based upon some standards like XML, JSON, and KML. Now we'll discuss this mashup in more detail. Like, first of all, what are the APIs that it uses? It uses API for data types, means different type of data like videos are there, images are there, different blogs are there. Then there are different type of news feeds or podcast are there. Then what are the functionalities of these APIs? Like data conversion from speech translation, like language translation from English to Hindi, Hindi to English, then communication, email interaction, or some instant messaging, or some notification, then visual video rendering, then security, different type of security can be provided by these APIs. There are various reasons from where this mashup came, like increment and quality of web resources, like in rich internet applications like browsers or some mobile apps, and then different type of text data mismatch were there, and these are the challenges. Like there could be some mismatching of data and different type of text. There are object identity, means some user could have different entity or identity. In mashup there were various portals, means that different type of new technologies like in RESTful APIs, like in RSS. So all these mashups combined, means RESTful APIs are combined, web services are combined, RSS feed are combined. So all these aggregation are being done with the help of some standard languages like XML or JSON. Various business are being done with the help of these mashups. Next, we'll see RSS feed. So what is RSS feed? RSS feed is an XML language for syndicating subscribed content on the web. What is syndicating subscribed content? I can have a service that is communicating with five services. Means I have some API connecting with all these five services, and then this API is retrieving data or information from all these five services and putting it at one place. This is what the purpose of RSS feed, for syndicating subscribed content. Then register with an organization on web who creates an RSS feed. So these five services that I am telling about, they have to create some RSS feed like feature in their website, so that that RSS feed could be given to the that user is automatically updated with the RSS feed or notification of new items. So new in if some service provider has updated new information or news or some kind of tools or software or some feature, then this user will get notified automatically through that RSS feed. Thereafter, information is received quickly at a location. Means multiple services are being requested for RSS feed, but we will get information a single place, means at a single notification level. Really convenient to use RSS feed. So RSS has a full form, really simple syndication. That is a web feed for different applications to be accessed or will get update in a standard way in a computer readable, means automated format, so that we'll get information and we can keep track of all the different website or service provider at a single node aggregator level. Different type of formats like XML was used particularly for RSS feed. So it collects different type of RSS from different websites. So we mention the link of those website or RSS feed links, and then this XML format will retrieve information and collect that information to in a single location in our computer, in our laptop or in our mobile, and we'll get information and update from different websites. Then what are the advantages? Like interoperability, means they don't have to bother much about the operability of different services provided by different websites or web service provider, and then different type of emailing service could be communicated. Then we will look at next Hadoop. What is Hadoop? Hadoop is basically a distributed, scalable, reliable computing environment provided by Apache, and the project has been developed by Cutting, and he named Hadoop over his son toy, that is Elephant. Then software library and framework. So it is a software library and a large size of framework which is used for distributed processing of large data set across clusters of computers. Different locality of references are being used, means different places that those computers are being kept, and at these computers are being used from different locations. Then it has scalability, means it can scale up from single server to the thousands of servers, clusters from 10 nodes to thousands of nodes, and program remains same for all these nodes, means programming is same, only the data set would be different at different nodes. Corresponding performance improvement, because of this program and multiple data set, performance is improved for computation. Then this kind of file system is fault tolerant file system, means it detects automatically some failure is happened, and then it will deliver its correction and improvement, and then delivering a high available, like Hadoop distributed file system was there. Then it is based upon modeled over Google file system. So Google file system was the first of this kind. Based upon Google file system, Hadoop distributed file system was developed. MapReduce was there. MapReduce, what is the purpose of MapReduce? It is used for parallel computation, parallel programming over multiple clusters working together. Then what are the component of this MapReduce, like HBase, Pig, Hive, Zookeeper? All these are the, so this is the basic architecture. There are various name nodes and different architectures working together. Like metadata was there, name replicas in the name node. So the client communicate and ask for particular data set, and that particular data set it asks from name node, and name node retrieve that data set from the particular location, and then it sends it back to that client data storage node, and then it asks for the read that data. Means first client write some data replicated over multiple servers, and so that there would not be any failure of data. Then again that client want to read the data, then it asks for that metadata where the actual data set is being kept, and then the client will get information that it is kept. So what is actually Hadoop's main feature? Main feature of this Hadoop is distributed file system, and there are different components and modules were there for this Hadoop. Like Hadoop common was there for common utilities of Hadoop, and then there are different file systems were there, and Yarn was there for resource management, for cluster management, and then there are some map reduce features were there, and then different communities are using it, and there are various type of products were there for for this Hadoop. Like there is Cassandra and HBase, Hive, Mahout, Spark, and all these are communicating with each other and providing some service. And these all components work independently as well. Then we'll see Hadoop distributed file system. So there is a client who is asking, who is storing and retrieving some of the data. So what it does, it stores the data first over different racks, and it is being replicated at different server and data storage. And then this data set is retrieved with the help of some metadata, which stores the information of a location where the data is being stored. Then there are two parts, name node and data node. Name node is a master server, file system namespace, and regulates access to the file for the different clients. Then there are number of data nodes, and which actually manages these data node manages stores different data at different server locations. So these things are being stored and retrieved with the help of name node, and data node is the place where this file is being kept and stored. So name node is basically doing the process of opening a file, closing a file, means changing, renaming different file and directories. Then data node is the responsible part for new block creation, deletion of some blocks, and replication of different blocks. So data replication, will know about data replication. So it actually does sequence of blocks. Blocks are being replicated at different locations for fault tolerant. Some user name, and then the data and its part is being stored. There is some part of data that has been stored, and this part is being replicated at multiple locations, like user Samir P data, and part 0 was stored at R2. Namenode also maintains data node and manages the data node. So there is a feature of heartbeat which says that this data node is working. So name node is keep on communicating and asking whether that name node is alive or not. If that name node was not alive, so the name node declares that this data node is not alive. So this was the purpose of that heartbeat. And then block reports. The data node sends a list of blocks on it. The name node would able to know that these are the blocks that this particular data node is storing, and it also do check of health of that data system, like Hadoop distributed file system. So HDFS name node has these two features. Then data node has three features, like replication of data at different name nodes to compensate some failure, to do some risk failure check. And then it also maintains data integrity, means the data should be perfect. So it does check some, means checking whether the data is correctly stored or retrieved, or mathematical technique named checksum. Then it stores and some files blocks in the hidden that only the actual file would be seen from the name node. So the actual file was divided into multiple blocks, and these blocks are being kept hidden so that user to see. Then rebalancing, so it balances additional new nodes which were added, deletion of some file. It balances all these files at different servers. Next we'll see map reduce. So what is in this map reduce? Map reduce is basically a file format processing, and how it does with the help of key and value features of map, hash map, or some list type of features. It has some features, it is been written at the right most side, like these the features are being divided into two parts: the feature which are being provided by the Hadoop, and the feature which are being worked by the user and the coder. This input format and input location was being managed, splitting up the input and distributing it over the multiple machines where the map code would run. Actually, in this map function, the coding was being done by the user. So the start of individual map task was done by that user, and then shuffling was done in this map after this map, and then partitioning and sorting of this map output was being done. Thereafter, this the merging of different sorted list was being stored, and then map outputs each of the article for reduce purpose. So again, the number of reduced tasks was being mentioned, and being the reduce function was being written by the user, and this user would actually write some reduce function, means coding was done, and the program will start reducing the object, and then the output will be generated based upon the key type and value type. So these are the output being generated, some output formats and some output location. So formatting of that output and location was being managed, and for collection of different type of output format. We'll see all these things in detail next in the next class. Any question related to project? We'll resolve that.